Hello, Pisces. Happy birthday, my friends. So let's dive right into this reading. I am so excited. These are the messages for you for March 2023. First of all, I want to say happy birthday. I'm so excited to be celebrating your birthdays this month. I have a few Pisces in my life that are super special to me. So I love all of you. Happy birthday, friends. All right, the overall energy for March 2023 for you Pisces is the Six of Water. And this says memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, romanticizing the past. So I feel like this is very Pisces energy, very reminiscent. You guys are super sentimental, whether you want to admit to that or not. There's this reminiscing feeling, and maybe it's about memories of from your childhood or about a childhood friend. It could also be representative, like it says, issues regarding children. I don't think I ever see the Six of Water as that, but the fact that this card says that, I feel like I should point that out, that there could be some type of issue if your children are young, you're not with their mother or father, then maybe there could be issues with custody or something like that. Or just like maybe you're just not jiving with one of them. Maybe one of them is going through something and they're being really reactive towards you. So maybe some potential issues around children. And then there's just that romanticizing the past. So what I will say with that is, if you were in a friendship or a relationship or a situationship, maybe you missed some of your coworkers at an old job, but the job was super toxic. What I will say is that just be aware of what you've left in the past, if that's for a good reason. You know, we don't want to be returning ourselves to past relationships, past friendships, old jobs, whatever it might be, because we're feeling reminiscent, we're feeling sentimental. We have some really good memories, but do the bad memories outweigh the good? Is this something that I need to have be resurfacing in my life? This could also represent like an old friend reaching out to you, or a childhood friend, somebody from your past reaching out to you. So be aware of that. To clarify the Six of Water energy, we have the Fool card and the Three of Wands. So some of you might be choosing to start a new adventure, a new journey, travel with maybe a close friend or loved one, maybe somebody who feels like a really important and special divine connection to you. Also, if there is travel in your near future, this looks like a really good sign. The Six of Water can also be my guardian angel card, surprisingly, because on the traditional tarot, there's usually this little guard on the left-hand side. And I'm like, I feel like these children that are usually represented on the Six of Water card are being really like guarded and guided by this little soldier that's to the side. So it's also my guardian angel card. So if you have to travel, this feels really good. I always recommend carrying maybe like a piece of aventurine or, any type of crystal that might be good for traveling. I can't remember if jade is a good one, but yeah. So carry your crystals with you too. These little lights at the top of the wands over here, they're kind of reminding me of little like crystals glowing and providing protection, as well as your guardian angel that's looking over you on that Six of Water. With the Fool card, this is representative of taking a leap of faith, starting something new. That white rose in his hand is really standing out. So if that feels like it's a special message for you, maybe look up the meaning of a white rose. When I think of a white rose, I think of like purity and cleansing. So maybe whatever new thing you're going to be starting in March is really purifying and cleansing for your energy. So I absolutely love that. Three of Wands also represents that it's a card of action, right? When we have the Two of Wands, it's a card of thinking, becoming decisive, planning. But then when we get to the Three of Wands, it's like, okay, I'm ready to take that step forward. And with it being accompanied by that Fool card, it's like you are definitely ready to go all in with somebody who maybe is really super special to you, because we have that Six of Water. So this could also, it doesn't have to be you moving forward with somebody. The Six of Water could also represent just like a childhood dream that you've had. So maybe you're moving forward on a dream that you've had ever since childhood, or maybe something that you thought about in childhood and you're like, oh, that sounds really cool. I think that would be a cool thing to do. And now you're like, you know what? I get to do that. I get to go to this place. I get to do this thing. So that feels really exciting. Some of you might have a really special companion coming into your life in the month of March, or maybe you're planning on getting another pet companion. That dog is standing out. So now I'm going to talk about some oracle cards that I have here for you. And the first one is number 40, yearning, longing for someone, undesired separation, and pining. So this Six of Water could definitely be representing somebody from your past, somebody that you've been thinking about a lot is either finally reaching out to you or you're reaching out to them, and they're coming back into your life after maybe a long separation. When I see the Three of Wands, sometimes I think of this person looking out onto the water at these boats as they're waiting for maybe their significant other to come back. Maybe their loved one is out on that ship and it's taking a really long time. The time between seeing each other is really long. So this could be you really yearning to see somebody that you haven't seen in a long time. And then we also have surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. I love this card. It's so beautiful. I think that these are, sorry for moving that all over. I think these are lily pads that they're on, and I love how he's just out in the water waiting for her. So I feel like there's a very intimate, how do I want to say this? It feels intimate. It feels very close. It doesn't have to be in like a sexual or sensual way, but it's this very close, special connection. And I love this connection here because he's waiting. You know, there's distance or space between them, and he's over here waiting for her. So there could be somebody who has been waiting for you to come back into their life. And so maybe in March, you're deciding whether or not you want to take that journey back there. Ooh, I feel like that's going to really connect with some of you, because there's definitely that reoccurring message of wanting to take this leap of faith. You've really been thinking about it. You've really thought about it. When we see that Three of Wands, it's right after the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is a lot of planning, a lot of thinking, a lot of considering. And now you're finally heading into that Three of Wands where you're making a decision, you're moving forward on something. Okay, so awesome. Now I want to dive into what is hidden from you in the month of March, Pisces. What is maybe an energy coming in that you maybe aren't aware of that might take you by surprise? Okay, the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Wands. I feel like you're fighting this. Whatever this, this could be representative of some totally different situation, but it wouldn't surprise me if this is linked to this person that's coming in for you. You're feeling defensive. And I feel like you're fighting yourself. You're like, where are all of these emotions coming from? Because I was fine, and then all of a sudden I had one thought about them, and they're like nonstop in my mind. And it's kind of driving me crazy. That's the energy that I'm hearing. And also there might be other people like that could surprise you. It could even be surprising in a positive way. I usually see this card as more negative, but it could be people supporting you, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you're reconnecting with this person. It's been so long. That's great. They've made a lot of changes in their life. You've changed a lot, and like maybe this could be really good for you. Or maybe that old job that you used to have, there's a new manager, there's a new boss, and the energy is totally different, and maybe you should consider coming back. And maybe there's a lot of people supporting you on that. So I think that this could go either way. I think that people are going to be super opinionated, and it's going to catch you by surprise. Like, hey, this is my business. So like step back. That's kind of what I'm hearing, is you're putting up some boundaries. And I feel like you're not going to tolerate other people's opinions very well, because you're worrying about yourself. That's what I'm hearing, is you're worrying about yourself, and they should worry about themselves too. But also you're just feeling guarded in general. You're like, this thing didn't work out in the past, and I'm worried that maybe it's not going to work out again. Or I've done a lot of work and I've grown a lot, and I just am feeling a bit hesitant to let this person back in, or to let this situation back in. So I feel like there's a guarded energy as well. Okay, so now I want to see, what is a potential challenge for you? What's a potential challenge for Pisces in the month of March? So the first one to pop out was the Nine of Swords. So this is another 9 energy. This is a change. This is a big difference. Like I said, it's this energy of, I was doing fine by myself. I was fine with the way my life is. And now all of a sudden I'm like really sentimental. I'm reminiscing. There's a lot of memories coming back, and I'm being kind of overwhelmed by all of the options that I have now. I'm a little bit overwhelmed by the possibility of what could go wrong. What if this doesn't go right? And so I'm hearing the words what if, in all sorts of ways. So I'm feeling like you're really in your head about it. So, try to, that can be really hard. I was going to say, try to let go as much as you can, but I know that's really hard for you, Pisces. I know. So, that's just a potential challenge, is being in your head quite a bit, feeling a little bit of that anxiety and that pressure and that, oh no, what did I do by even putting the idea out there that I would participate in this thing, or talk to this person again, or go back to this place. So I think there's a little bit of like that regret, but not really regret, because it felt good at the time, but there's a heightened fear. There's a heightened doubt, fear, the what ifs. What if I'm making the wrong choice? That's kind of what I'm feeling with that. And then we also have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is a childlike energy. When you think of page, knight, queen, king, the page is the most immature. So I'm not saying that this is like, oh, you're immature. This could be representative of another water sign, a child. When I see the Page of Cups, I do get child or childlike energy. And so also maybe the person from your past is somebody who acted very childlike. So it's just something to consider. Are your emotions coming from a place that feels like the choices that you're making are mature? How do I want to say it? Spirit is making me feel a certain way. You're responding rather than reacting. That's what Spirit's encouraging you to do, is to respond rather than react. So there could be some triggers, the 7 of Wands, the 9 of Swords, and that can be quite overwhelming. So Spirit is encouraging you to think about your emotional maturity. In the past, how would I have responded or reacted to this situation? Now I'm going to choose to do better. So also I want to point out that this is a child energy, and this has issues regarding children. Again, I'll just make that connection for you. There's the possibility of, because I asked what challenge is there for Pisces in the month of March, and those cards came out. So just wanted to keep you aware. Okay, so to wrap up this reading, I want to read from this Body and Soul card. It's from the Oracle of the 7 Energies. It's the number 5. So with the number 9s that had popped out on these cards, Nines remind me of things ending, possibly new beginnings coming in eventually, but there's a lot of changes. And when I see number 5, I also think of changes. So for the month of March, Pisces, I think that there's some big changes happening for you. This body and soul card is really reminiscent, or really reminds me of this card as well. They both have those lily pads on it, or whatever, these similar shapes. And you can correct me in the comments if you want, if you're like, that's not a lily pad, whatever that plant is. Okay, so the key concepts with this card: taking care of yourself, seeing yourself as a complete package, body not separate from soul, centered in your sense of self, comfortable in your body, your authentic identity, and physical health. Taking care of yourself this month is super important because there are a lot of shifts. There are a lot of changes happening for you. You want to be starting something new. You want to take a leap of faith. You best get your health, and all senses of the word health, in the right energetic space, so that it can be the smoothest flowing thing possible, and you can receive in the easiest, most flowing way for yourself. So this card says, extreme self-care is called for when you receive this card. Answer truthfully. Are you taking care of yourself? Your first choice may be to care for others before meeting your own needs. Pisces, we're talking to you. Check in with yourself. Are you experiencing halt, hunger, anger, loneliness, tiredness? This card is a signal that it's time to take a break from your current focus and get busy taking care of you, because you are worthy of this care. What simple things require your attention so you can function optimally in your world and live your best life a day at a time? Another message that this card holds is about how you live with authenticity. Can you be at ease within yourself, you doing you, with pride and self-worth? So some of you might be choosing to take a leap of faith where you are ending it with somebody that maybe you've had a really long connection with. So maybe some of you are choosing to go off on your own, to just do you and focus on yourself. Remember, you are a soul that manifests through a body, a spiritual being having a human experience. And that means you are here on purpose, even if there are days when you wonder about that. There is an intentionality to your being here now, just the way you are, in this time in our collective story. You being here is important, for you are a precious being with a purpose, even if it seems elusive some days. Just know that life loves you. With that in mind, your job is to do your part to make your experience a healthy one. How you nourish your body, mind, and soul is directly related to how you experience your life. It's time to put yourself first, then everything will fall beautifully into place. If you keep pushing yourself to the side, then guess what? Other people are going to pick up on that vibe. And then your boundaries are going to be stomped all over. You're going to be drained. So we're avoiding that in March. You're taking care of your body and your soul. So Pisces, if these messages resonated for you, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, comment below, all of the above. I hope you have a beautiful month of March. And if you want to schedule a personal reading, you can head on over to crystallizewithkate.com.